Our Strong and Petty, episode 63, here at the Iron Age Gym in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Winnipeg's beautiful West End. I'm Tyler Sigurdsson. This is Devin Penner, and this is our podcast. Welcome, congratulations, you guys are here.
Hi. I'm Devin.
So we're on the cusp here of Manitoba's Strongest Man and Woman. One of our bigger shows of the year. Like I consider it to be one of our more important shows of the year.
Yeah.
The biggest cash prizes. The heaviest show that we do, aside from say like the Magnus show, which is kind of its own entity.
Yeah.
But it's heavier than provincials, it's heavier than any of the qualifiers, and it's heavier than say when we did the Morris show last year. So I'm really excited for seeing how this kind of like how guys step up to this one.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, because there's been a lot of guys who, God bless them, are coming up from different weight classes.
God bless them, Tyler.
God bless them. Yep, absolutely. They're coming up from different experience levels.
Yep.
And it's just great to see. It's I'm excited to see guys who are willing to push themselves in that way. Like you look at, like, say, Emmerdale, who's normally a U80 competitor.
Yeah.
And now he's stepping up into the open division to compete.
Starting
with
weight of the circus dumbbell.
Yeah.
Is his body weight.
It's pretty much his body weight. Yeah. Well, I'll say I don't want to give away too much about what he has planned, but Emmerdale hit very nearly a body weight circus dumbbell presser in the gym.
Not bad.
Yeah.
What did we say our starting weight was for that?
130 for the guys.
Oh, we are doing 130. Okay.
Yeah.
My guys would be pissed. I told them all 160 in the gym. What? I'm like, yeah, man, it's just doggy dog.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to the training ground guys. You're going to get a few more than you thought.
Sucks Devin lies to you all the time. Yeah.
We got some guys that are going to be. It's going to be a really good opportunity for guys to kind of show out a little bit too. Some guys who are going to be really good at specific events. Like I could say, like Emmerdale with the actually both the pressing events. He's a really good presser in general.
I gotta make sure my yoko's low enough for Emmerdale.
Oh God, yeah, that's high enough for Langelar and low enough for Emmerdale. That's gonna be a real both ends of the spectrum on that one for that poor yoke.
Yeah. Pat's gonna look like a giant next to Emmerdale.
This is gonna be a great opportunity for Pat to look like a really big bad strong.
I hope he cracks all the short jokes.
Although honestly, Emmerdale pretty fucking jacked. Like he's not gonna look small next to Pat. Like he's Emmerdale's only I think 180-ish pounds. But you look at him, you're like, that's a big, jacked little Filipino guy. Like he's awesome. So we're since our new drop time is on Saturdays, I guess I can kind of like reveal. It might be a little bit of a game time decision for me if I'm going to be doing Manitoba Strongest Man now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Which I'm.
I might just take your spot and win it again.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! There's nothing that I would love more than if you just jumped in last second to defend your title from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Oh, so would Dan.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, because there's no way I would be lucky to be mid-back right now.
Yeah. I posted a video of it, and I was doing circus dumbbell, and the weight's just dumped out onto my ankle and my shin, and I won't bother putting it up here, but it's quite bruised and quite swollen, and that was like 5 days ago, and now all of a sudden it's bruised and swollen. So, and I can't put a lot of weight on it.
And the bruising, I know you just showed me, and the bruising looks.
Yeah.
It's not your standard. You get punched you got a Charlie horse, or you slam your shin into a hitch of the back of a truck or some stupid shit, and you get bruising exactly at the location.
Yeah, it's all.
Yours moved down like 8 to 10 inches.
Yeah,
like your bruising looks like when you tear something
into my heel and stuff. So it's not feeling great, and I'm not loving it. So I'm only saying this now because the other competitors won't hear it until after the competition.
Yeah, or they'll hear it on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll find out. But I
hope for your sake it's.
I don't think it's gonna be anything serious. I'm putting it out there. I'm keeping a positive mental attitude about it. That it's not gonna be serious.
Have you been keeping your ankles behind your ears?
Yeah, exactly. I gotta elevate them by putting them behind my head. Yeah, it's
Gian's in her glory.
It's if my ankle, or my foot or whatever it is, like it's kind of the whole thing down there from about halfway to the shin down to the bottom of the foot. If it's like 70%, I'll still compete.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want to compete. I would really be unhappy to have to sit this one out, and I'm not. And I'm not even kind of really putting that out there, but I'm just for the purpose of having something to talk about. It's been feeling like absolute shit. And did you see the video where it dumped out on me?
I feel really guilty because I laughed my ass off.
It's a funny video. Yeah. It's
you. You're a guy who. You start lifting and you make a face before the weight moves.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching and you make that face against just the hardest thing in the world before anything even moves. And I'm just like, that's just Tyler.
Yeah.
So when that thing hit you and the face came out and I'm like, oh, this is like a wrestling move.
That's exactly what Jeffers said too. He's like, oh, way to ham it up for the
way to embellish all this.
And I was like,
right?
no, please believe me that it fucking hurt.
I should put that on silent.
But it was it was extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but
we were all laughing.
It's a funny video. I
Yeah.
get it. I posted it because it's funny. And it was like I continued lifting afterwards. And what the next thing I want to talk about too is that later that week I went to not training grounds, Iron Image, and like
It was
deadlifted
fine.
there and stuff, and no real problem. So I'm just hoping that it's just like a weird delayed reaction where all of a sudden it's just like,
It just doesn't make sense with how swollen and purple it is right now, with how low it is on your heel.
yeah,
The bruising.
yeah. So I'm gonna go see my boy.
I'm thinking amputation.
It might be the only answer, and then I can still compete this weekend if it's done quickly enough. I should be
And
able
they
to
just
compete
put a
this
stump
weekend.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah, if they do it today, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did go to Iron Image.
You should only need one leg to beat Langler, anyways.
I only want like to be anybody. I'll tell you that right now in Manitoba. But it was we went out to speaking of Langlar, we went out to Iron Image there and used his deadlift bar, his that big crazy mammoth bar. Have you used or like been around this thing at all yet?
No.
It's insane.
It looks wild.
Yeah. So it's first of all it's 30 feet long.
It almost flexes so much it makes it almost useless for Jeffers to use a suit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like you need to get so high, and it's like if you have like 45 pounds on each side and you just like pick it up, it's like it'll start
Just
waggling on you and
bouncing.
stuff. And yeah. And so we loaded it up to the starting comp weight, which is 725, and I pulled it. And honestly, I think that I let everybody kind of like all the talk about the bar, and everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta be patient, and you can't just rip it off the ground." And I think I let that get a little bit too into my head, where like I let the bar almost like intimidate me a little bit, and I went too slow, and it was like 725, and it felt like damn near my max, and I was like, well, that's not good. So then we just load up a little more weight onto it, and I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna pull it like I would normally pull a deadlift, and it was way better. And it was just
because that's at Westerns, right?
Yeah. So the opening weight for that one is 725 at Westerns, and
it's max.
Yeah,
Suited.
not suited.
Because is Westerns still following classic rules? No classic suited.
No, they use their own circuit rules. They use circuit rules now.
Well, and there's no suits in circuit.
No, JF doesn't like them. So we loaded it up to.
Isn't there suits at Worlds?
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird gap where you.
We've had discussion, but never because sleeves triple ply allowed.
Yep.
Triple ply sleeves allowed. No deadlift suits.
It's just I think it's just a personal preference, honestly.
It literally,
for JF.
it absolutely.
I think he just doesn't.
Because
like
I was
them,
always
so.
dead against triple ply sleeves. I want to see you press. You can press.
Yeah.
But yet I was like, yeah, of course I want a deadlift suit. Strongman.
There's no suits, no figure eights, and no grip shirts, but that's pretty standard across
Briefs?
the board.
Guys try sneaking briefs underneath.
I've heard tale of that happening in the past before, but I've never seen it myself, so I won't speak on that. But the deadlift bar was weird, and we ended up loading it to pretty close to what I want to hit at the competition, and I ended up getting it, so I'm pretty happy with that.
1,000 pounds.
Yeah, I loaded up to about just under 1,000 pounds, and I hit that pretty handily. So, and then it was, and when I posted it, Tristan commented, he was like, "Oh, it was a good pull," And I said to him what I said to you, fifth strongest man in the world, Tristan Host, just dropping into my DMs.
You told him to suck your dick?
Yeah, no, I said, Tristan, thank you for blessing me with the DM today. And I said, he said it very succinctly. He was like, because when I explained to him what I said, well, yeah, the deadlift or the bar kind of threw me off and whatever, or I let it throw me off instead of whatever. And he said, ultimately, it's still a deadlift. And that's so true, too. Where it's like you still have to treat it like it's a deadlift. You still have to attack it the same way off the floor. You still have to get, you can't try to ease too much out of the slack and stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to get stuck because you haven't applied enough pressure to it yet.
Yeah.
So, but we went out there. It was me, Thrones, Jeremy, and we went out and hung out with Tom Pahal, newest Strong Manitoba competitor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. One of the owners of Iron Image out there. Great guy. Super great guy.
Oh, I didn't know he was actually...
Yeah, him and another guy own the gym out there.
That I didn't know.
And every time I go out there, just to give Iron Image a little bit of a plug here, every time I go out there, I swear to God, they take over more of the building that they're in for their gym. Because it used to just be this one big sort of warehouse space they had. And it was awesome. It was great. And then they took over the next door space. And then they took over the next door space. And then there was like a spin class or spin company, whatever, that they closed down, and they took that over. Now they run spin out of there and stuff, and they just keep expanding and making their gym bigger and better. It's amazing. And just it's nice to see two guys who are just small town businessmen just doing it. Did
he compete in Tolstoy?
He did compete in Tolstoy. He competed in the U90 division in Tolstoy, and I think he got third. Do you not know Tom? Have you not really met him before?
Man, I would have met him. I'm just trying to put a face to the name.
Oh, okay, yeah. So him and Matt. I know his wrestling name, Matt Fairlane. They both they opened Iron Image several years ago now, and they're just doing amazing things out there.
I'm gonna look him up here.
And we used to when we think about, say, Strongman in Manitoba, we think of your gym, my gym. The Forge is a new one now. Brickhouse Gym in Winnipeg.
Oh, this dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Owner at Iron Image.
Big Tommy.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. And now that Iron Image has been basically stalking Andrew Langelar as he's been competing.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden they have a new axle, and they have the wagon wheels, and they have a log, and they have circus dumbbell.
So they're supporting it.
Yeah, and it's
well, and Michelle trains there too.
That's right. Yeah, Michelle and Adam both train there. Yeah. And it's good to see that we can now kind of add another. I could comfortably point to another gym in the city where if someone lived in Selkirk or that northern Winnipeg sort of area, I could say to
this
them, this is the place to go.
Yeah.
Like, this is a great gym that you should go to, and they're awesome, and they had us out there, and it's always nice to have a change of pace, because especially when you have your own gym, you never do that.
That's you get very comfortable.
Right.
I'm that guy.
Right.
I am very comfortable in my own place.
Because I used to love doing that.
Yeah.
I used to love popping over to other gyms, just trying their equipment, lifting with somebody else, just being in a different atmosphere, maybe big dogging a little bit while you're there, and then because I used to travel so much with wrestling too. That was always my thing. I'd ask McDowell, I'd be like, I'm going to go to Long Beach, California. What would be a cool gym that you're aware of that I should go to there? And he would, he'd know something or he wouldn't or whatever. But it was always fun to go check out different places and see what's going on. And now that, like I said, that I have my own space, and you become a bit of a homer in that way, where you're not really trying to go check out other places, and you're trying to just do your own thing in your own space. You kind of miss that, and it's fun to get out there and lift with new people.
You get complacent real quick.
Yeah.
Get comfortable.
Well, some people just stop lifting entirely.
That's literally me. I haven't lifted a weight in 2 weeks.
Really?
I haven't, yeah. I've been boxing a bunch.
Okay.
I went out and tried out that Eastman boxing gym in
I saw that.
I was supposed to go last night, but my girls were signed up for a thing at church, so I brought them and just ended up going to the gym. Like, we'll train together, me and Danielle. So we go in there. We're gurgling here. And end up just boxing.
Yeah.
For an hour. And then people in the gym
with Danielle too?
Yeah.
Does she like boxing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. I didn't know that about her.
Yeah, and the girls like it too. So, like, when the girls weren't home yesterday, but so we walked down some people in the gym. Man, we really want to learn boxing. I'm like, well, I was 45 minutes in. I'm like, well, I'll shut it down. I'll teach you guys. So then I taught them the basic movement stuff. And they're like, do you want to box? I'm like, yeah. So Thursday night I'll box with them.
So you went to a different gym and were still giving up your free time to help people there too?
No. That was a bunch of, but I did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was at Eastman there. Yeah, no. Yeah,
so shout out Eastman Boxing. Is that what it's called?
Man, Eastman Boxing in Bullshit. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Nice owner, really good guy.
Is it a new facility out there?
No, it's been there for years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, been there for years. He's a retired guy, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Me and Jeremy went there. Jeremy Wiens.
Do you see yourself getting back into the ring someday?
I would love to get in the ring again.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you like you?
I could,
you want to? Could you see?
Yeah.
You could see it happening?
I could see it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, age catches up to you.
For sure. But there has to be a master's division in that too, right?
Yeah.
Is there?
I don't know how it works actually.
I can't imagine in fight sports they wouldn't have.
I don't think there is, man.
Really?
I don't, and I could be wrong. Schwint would know because he's more into the boxing scene than I am.
Right.
I don't believe so. It's just weight classes.
So it could be you and some 25-year-old fucking young buck who's just there just to take your head off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I just want to get better shape. Like I tracked my heart rate back then, and like when I was getting ready for my fight, and like my wrestling heart rate was down in the mid 50s at all times. I felt really good.
Right.
Now my heart rate sleeping is 72. Like that's how far my cardio's went back.
Yeah.
Yours is probably higher than that.
No, mine's great. Don't worry about mine. I'm doing awesome.
I was listening to you set up the camera. Like, are you dying? Is it the swelling in the ankle?
My mom always comments on that, and it's getting a little tiresome. So I don't need to hear it from anybody else. I'll tell you that right now. She just like I was over at her place for dinner, and so my dad's always in the garage watching. Every Sunday's NASCAR, so he goes to the garage and watches that. So I'll go out there and hang out with him for a little bit, and then when dinner's ready, we'll go inside. A normal distance from garage to back door, right?
Yeah.
So it's not exactly like a marathon or anything. But I came inside. My mom was like, "Why are you breathing so heavy?" And I was just like, "I don't know. Like it was walking. It was raining. It's cold. It's temperature change." and my dad decides to jump in. He's like, "Well, there's at least 3 stairs you had to go up there to get up to that."
So he's vouching for you.
Well, he's backhanded complimenting me is what he's doing, and so they like to, my mom gets.
You ever seen that comedy special Shane Gillis, Beautiful Dogs?
Is that his newer one?
Yeah.
No, I love Shane Gillis. I never watched that.
Dude, it is.
One.
I've watched it 3 or 4 times.
Really?
And he has a bit in there, and every time he says, "I think of you," and he's just like, he's talking about giving it to his old lady missionary style. And he said, every woman's just heard this man sound like a pug breathing in their ear. And I'm just like, that poor Jen.
That's exactly, well, Jen hears that all the time. Right?
Just heavy breathing.
Don't worry.
I breathe
Well, because
I'm out of shape.
we've talked about it before too, but where it's like, because when I watch TV, I'm sitting kind of like this, whatever, right, with my chest on, or my head on my chin on my chest, and she has to kind of like every so often like kind of like poke her head around to see if I'm still like if I'm awake, because I'm starting to snore when I'm just like sitting there watching TV or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like just like wide awake, but just breathing in a sleeping fashion.
I can never get out with it. Danielle knows the second I start falling asleep.
Really?
My breathing changes instantly because I don't breathe through my nose very well. So I never have it. Even when I was fighting boxing,
right?
Big problem. I always breathe through my mouth because my nose just like that sounds a kid. And she'll notice right away. You sleeping? No. She's like, yeah, you were. No, I wasn't. One of those. I wasn't sleeping. She's like, your breathing changed. No, it didn't. That's so full of shit.
See, but
my breathing changed
but
instantly. Yeah.
I'm just awake and just starting to get a little relaxation going. That's all.
I would like to do it again. I would like to fight again. It's one of those things I feel I can stay the same as strength training. I never seen what I was really capable of, injuries and, but I've never seen, like when I did box, I was decent for a little amateur guy, heavyweight, but I just want to see what I'm actually capable of doing.
For sure.
Like in terms of cardiovascular shape, I'm trying to cut this weight a little bit. I'd like to get down to the 230s and just get healthy, get my breathing good, and actually be able to see what I'm capable of in a 3-minute round where I can actually explode and not run out of gas.
Yeah, I can't even fathom, dude. If I was just watching, I like watching those the one fighting stuff.
Yes,
because they have like the Muay Thai stuff,
yeah.
And those guys are just going.
Yeah,
for they're 5 3-minute rounds. And I was like, man, if I did 2 3-minute rounds, I would be on the ground, fucking like all fours dying.
I can't even
like,
do one right now.
Yeah, like I just, it's crazy to see that, like the conditioning these guys have, and how very far removed I am from that. But different goals, of course, ladies and gentlemen. They can't, they couldn't deadlift what I can deadlift. So there you go.
Well, I went to the East End, so I had to jump on the ring with the coach, and he's got the body armor on and the pads and whatever else, and we're going, and he's like, "Hey, just go all out for a little bit." And I'm like, I knew what was gonna happen. I go all out, and I'm dry heaving. Like it takes seconds. So I go out and I'm blasting him when I blast with some hooks to the body. And we finished, and he's like, we finished, like, yeah, you're done. And I'm instantly just, but I don't puke, so it sucks. I really wish I could puke.
Yeah, that's your thing, right?
I can't puke. I just dry heave until it hurts, and it sucks. I really wish I could puke. And so I blasted with some hooks. I can only go so hard with my left hand because my pec still bugs me. I can't hit hard.
Right.
Jabs I can, but a hook, that's right when you expose the pec, right? But yeah, I hit him with some right hooks, and he's like, "That's a scary hook." I'm like, "Oh, at least I still have something."
Got something there. Yeah, that's that secret weapon.
It's not my cardio because I'm literally dry heaving in the ring, and I had to take the whole next round off because I was dying.
Yeah,
yeah.
Do you have anybody from your gym right now who's like boxing? Like,
yeah, I got 2 guys. I got which I did. I got a new member from Nicaragua.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
He's out here for 6 months, working at a local beef farm. Him and his dad, did a 6-month work thing.
Okay.
And he joined my gym. So there's a language, but he's learning English his second time out, and he wants to move here, and he has 10 amateur fights in Nicaragua.
Oh, no shit.
So me and him started boxing last week. That's why I started again. He started on Sunday.
Where are they living in Manitoba?
Just by Grunthal.
Oh,
actually, it's my childhood best friend's father-in-law.
So they live with the people they're
working
working
they live
for?
on the
That's
farm.
How it works?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, they brought him out, and so he signs up, and he's like, "Yeah, box," and I'm like, "Oh, you want to box?" So I ended up boxing with him Monday last week, and then Tuesday I went to Beaujeu. And then I needed 2 days to recover. My calves are so blown up.
Yeah.
Like just some jumping. I'm not used to jumping and skipping again.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
And then he's been there, but I haven't been able to train with. And then I got a new member, a park ranger, that's been boxing out of Edmonton or Lethbridge. CMC, I think, is CMC or CWC. CWC is a fight gym out there. He's doing Muay Thai boxing and a little bit of jiu-jitsu. And he asked yesterday, he's like, "Hey, you heard the owner?" Yeah. He's like, "You want to spar?" I'm like, "Well, how long have you been boxing?" He's like, 3 months. And he's like, "Probably 180 pounds.
Oh, really?
Well, we could do like some light sparring. I'm not going to blast a guy who's, for one, he'll probably shit kick me because he's got way better cardio. But I'm not going to, I said, yeah, like if you got your mouth guards, you got your headgear, and like, you're not going to sue me. Like,
yeah.
Like if you want to just do some light sparring. Yeah. So I got 2 guys there. Chachi's the guy from Nicaragua. He wants to do some sparring and learn.
Chachi.
And
Good name.
Yeah. Well, it's not his real name,
No,
but
but
he's
still
like,
good
"This is my
nickname.
real name. Just call me Chachi." So I'm like, "Yeah, understandable."
What's his real name? Take a stab at it
I
right
think
now.
it's actually just Isaac.
Isaac. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But I like Chachi way better.
Yeah, Chachi's funnier for sure.
Yeah. Nice guy though, super nice guy.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we have this weekend coming up with Manitoba Strongest Man. So we've said it a million times. We urge everyone who can come down to come down and support and check it out. And I think that we're honestly getting to this like fun point too for a lot of these shows too, where I don't think that we're necessarily asking people to, like, I just said the word support, but like it's a fun time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like like the guys are getting very competitive now. There's going to be like 5 or 6 guys who are really vying for that first place position on Manitoba strongest on the guys and the girls side. The competition is going to be really strong. It's going to be run in a really good way. That's going to be like enjoyable for the viewers to watch and everything. And there's just a ton of stuff going on at the fair around us too, right?
Yeah.
Rumble in the Valley, truck pull and everything. There's a little timetable that shows everything on there. We're on at 2:00. There's stuff from 9 in the morning until
we're from
9
2
p.m.
till 6. I'd like to be honest. I want to run about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Because 6 o'clock we got to get into the other stuff. So
Right.
Yeah.
So, but if you're not able to make it down for the actual competition, our main man Michael Thrones has been putting together a stream that's gonna be like, like the work that he puts into this stuff, it just blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like I just that's why I want to take this moment just to kind of put some time aside to say how much we appreciate what he does. And if you get a chance to watch one of the streams, he has the Tolstoy one didn't work as well because we couldn't do it live, which is kind of a big hit right there.
Yeah.
But also we had multiple, like we kind of caught him off guard by having multiple weight classes going at the same time, which fucks up his on-screen stuff. But Manitoba Strongest Man is going to be a really great example of what he can do with that kind of stuff and how watchable he can make it and how fun it is.
Yeah.
So I really urge you, if you're from out of province and you can't make it in, that's really what it should be. Just sit down and watch it. We've got the live, like the Notify Me live link posted for it and everything. It's gonna be really, really fun and it's gonna be worth checking out. And he made this, like, did you see like the graphics, like the competitor graphics and stuff?
Yeah, like the cards he's posting.
Yeah. Like I don't want to spoil too much because it's gonna be really, really cool. But he's put in a ton of work. So thank you, Michael Thrones, for doing that.
Oh, you see mine this morning?
What,
you know, check the group chat.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. We have a group chat with all the competitors, and it just
somehow it turned to me being in
India or something,
in Iraq, or with a bunch of camels.
Yeah,
someone photoshopped me into there, or Bushi did, that bugger. Something about cheating on my wife or something. You're lying to me, and also I got a selfie with me with some camels in India or some bullshit. And then Langler posts another one. It's Justin Trudeau, blackface, sitting next to me. Devin's hanging out with his buddies.
It's the group chats for strongman go to weird places sometimes. And
dark places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like blackface Trudeau dark.
That's why I wait for as long as I can before I put together those group chats, because who has the time? You know? So we just have to make sure we minimize the amount of time that we have to deal with that mental retardation.
Shit. Yeah.
So what we also have coming up too is in our ever expanding, growing schedule here in Manitoba Strongman. What I want to talk about a little bit is in November. So lots of time to do all the other stuff that we're doing and shit. Can we count on Devin Penner taking part in our Manitoba Grip Sport first event?
Holy shit, I suck at grip.
Really?
Which is because I've never slipped grip in a comp.
What the fuck? You fucking say it all the time.
Yeah, I've never slipped grip, but my actual ability to grab.
Yeah.
Like, if we do anything at the gym, like a 25-pound plate grab, I can hardly do it.
Really?
But you put me on 350, I've done 360 farmers. I've never slipped.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it, and I have a horrible grip, too, so that means you have to do it, too.
Yeah, it's just a matter of I'm just able to sink my calluses in, and if they tear, I'm able to just I can handle pain.
Well, and there's a lot of those, like...
I've always wondered how much people lose their grip in strongman.
It's because it starts to hurt.
Because of the pain, or is it because your actual grip's weak? Because
Yeah.
my grip's not great.
Right.
But I can handle a lot of pain. Just doesn't bother me.
Well, and if you look at, like, say, pain doesn't hurt, right?
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Deloli's a guy where, I mean, he's a pretty good fucking farmer's carry guy. But his other grip stuff isn't, like, phenomenal.
Yeah, I that's why I don't think the grip in being able to carry farmer stuff translates well to grip sports.
No, I don't know that it necessarily always does, because he like
I could give me something to train for.
I mean, if nothing else, it'd be something just easy. Like, I shouldn't say easy to train for, but something like low demand, low time too. You know what I mean? Which is always kind of nice. Like you could go into I just
got to make sure if I'm boxing, I'm not, because I get tendonitis real easy in my elbows.
Oh man, I'd be getting that like crazy from the rings.
Yeah. But I mean, I just did that little thing at Brickhouse. There's 3, so I went there and did a little Saturday with him and taught a bunch of the new guy stuff. And just me and me, I didn't take him money. I'm just like, no, I enjoy this. And then at the Toasty Comp, they came, all the Brickhouse guys came and gave me a box, and hey, we got you something for coaching, for helping them. And it was a box full of grip implements they got made from Welder.
Oh wow,
like
amazing.
Blocks and hubs, and they just got it made. Yeah,
that's great.
It's like, we commissioned this, we appreciate you helping, and they gave me a whole box. Like Clint and Jan and Sabrina and Tasha, they all put their money together and bought me these things.
Amazing. Wow, that's so nice of them. Shout out to the Brickhouse people.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we when they have those weird, like, so say like the pinch grip ones.
Yep.
And then like the hub grip, whatever. I tend to do better at those than say like Thrones, but he has a better like crushing grip on like farmers and stuff than I do. So it really is kind of a weird thing where I think we could see some surprises on that.
I think anything with finger strength, the lesbians would be really good at.
Yeah, but not you though.
No.
No. Like I do okay with the hub grip stuff.
If they had something really skinny to grip, like
yeah, absolutely.
Squeeze out to like a mofo.
Speaking of grip and skinny things, those Denny rings have been fucking up my hands. They've just been like I'm not tearing calluses, but you can just see all the way up. Like
you've actually got rougher hands than I thought you'd have. For no offense.
Oh, I don't work very hard, but when it comes to the Denny stones, they
my
take
hands
me for
look
a ride.
pretty smooth.
Yeah, look at mine. Mine look much more masculine than yours.
Wow.
But this, I keep getting this ripped and Jeffers was saying you got the same thing too, but this way up in my pinky.
Maybe that's a sign of greatness. That could be a sign. Yeah. If you and Jeffers both the same, it could be a sign of second place.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I talk a lot of shit for someone who hasn't done a lot.
But those.
The only thing I ever do is on my own equipment.
Have you ever
Dan?
have you ever tried those rings?
No, I want to though.
Yeah, well, you can if you want to right after this.
Yeah. I'm more worried I can't deadlift the weight I need to hold.
Well, that's so when we we already went over this where I went to barbarian training or barbarian strength in Saskatoon and tried to use Jeffers' rings there and went into just like a silent but intense rage, like where I was very, very upset that I could barely fucking pick the weight. It was just rolling out of my hand. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Jan ordered me a pair of the same rings, and now it's actually not that bad.
So how do you you're not grabbing them past the calluses?
No, I get it right in the fingers.
Because you break your knuckles.
Because it just, especially with the small ring, it just doesn't fit. With the bigger one, you can kind of do that if you wanted to. The smaller one, like I see some people get their pinky out of there.
You hook grip too, guys are doing. You're saying.
I was trying it. It wasn't working real well for me.
I can't. My fingers aren't long enough to hook or bait.
Yeah, no, I found that just gripping and ripping worked better for me after a little while. I'm still open to the idea of training it and figuring it out, but it just wasn't.
I would be interested in actually training for the grip thing. It'd give me something to do.
Yeah.
I'm very goal oriented right now because I'm not competing.
Right.
That's why I can't even get in the gym. Me and DR talk with Jessica. She's the same. Like she. Oh man, I just got myself in trouble there.
Be very mindful of what you say next about Danielle.
Wow,
whatever it is, be very mindful.
So she hasn't trained much lately.
So she hasn't had much time to be in the gym lately.
Holy crap!
Why don't we word it that way?
That could have got really bad.
Danielle's been extremely busy. She's a very busy woman, and she hasn't had a ton of time to get to the gym lately.
And she's the same as I. Where if there's not a goal,
right.
We can't just train.
I
used to train for fun.
Right. No.
14 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I can't even go into the gym and do a basic bodybuilding hypertrophy program.
Nope.
And I make them, like I coach a lot of people. I make them hypertrophy program, and I can't put my head into. I'm like, there's no, because I've been so number focused, and I'm very number focused in everything in life. I can't just go to get a pump. Like, what weight did I move,
yes.
and what's the progression, and what's the end goal? Like, well, I need to, if I'm going to do shoulders, I need to be working towards a max weight.
Right.
In the future, and just doing hypertrophy work, I'm struggling. Danielle, same thing. She's like, I just don't have a purpose. But the grip thing, then I might have to hit up my buddy Joel Dirkser and get some grip. That guy's a grip. Have you seen him? That guy's a grip.
Yeah, it's amazing the stuff he does. And I think that it could be, or
Brad Provic.
Brad, sure, Provic too. Like these are all guys that like.
These bad boys are tiny.
This is like a new avenue of training and compete. That was kind of the idea.
Yeah,
was when we were trying to find something to do that like. It sounds like I'm just stroking, like fucking around, but like the older guys to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we need to have an avenue where now that we're getting guys who are, not right now, but guys who are kind of starting to get to the point where it's like within the next 5 years they could be aging out of strongman.
How old are you now?
34.
30. So you're getting like, I noticed, like I look at Gord, I'm like, props to Gord and all these Masters guys we have that are Chris Blakely, Trevor. I went like, I mean, I struggle with my back issues that I can't seem to get at bay, but I went golfing on Saturday for a bachelor party.
Right.
I went to get out of my truck. I turned to grab my door handle, and my whole back went into spasm, and I couldn't get out of my truck. Couldn't breathe. Really. And I'm sitting in my truck. I just had a bottle of Advils in my truck, popped a bunch of Sols, and then I golfed, and it's still in spasm till today. I haven't been able to get it and it made no sense. It got better yesterday when I was boxing. I did a bunch of core work, planks, rotational plank stuff, and then the core is subsided. So I know it's a weak core. But I'm like, man, like golfing, I'm at the age where golf. I mean, I'm not a pussy like Nathan where I tear a bicep.
Not that bad.
Props to him. He just texted me. He doesn't need surgery, so good for him. But yeah, I played 18 holes Saturday. And then I played 9 holes Sunday for me and the wife and a buddy. And then we got rained out 9 holes. And then I played 50 holes on Monday.
5-0?
5-0.
What the fuck?
For, it was, dude, I didn't realize how tiring 50 holes of golf is.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was Youth for Christ fundraiser.
I would if you
for the local drop
if
zone.
you would have said I'm going to play 50 holes of golf, I would be like, that's going to be really tiring.
Dude,
I would
it
have
was
no problem believing
yeah.
that.
It was used for Christ. I signed up last minute. We had a fundraiser. So I funded some money, and it's a 50 hole. So lots of teams don't make it. So I got there at 7:30 because I had an issue at the gym with the toilets. I got to 7:30.
You clogged the toilet with it.
No, I thought someone did. I was actually bitching everybody out in the gym.
Really?
Who flushed the toilet like a bunch of retards? Toilets over the floor, and like you guys use your heads, this and that. And I plunge this thing. It's not working. Why can't I plunge this thing? I'm plunging like 10 minutes. Water splashes all the toilet. I'm done with this shit. I go back in the evening, plunge it some more, still working. I look at the shower. I'm like, the shower has sewage in it. Walk outside in my tank. Open my tank lid. It's like an inch from the top of my tank. Like we're past ground level. I'm like, oh, the tank's full. So I go to the house, because I'm tired of doing this. So I grab long gloves, pull my pumps out of the tank. Pumps running, flip the pumps over. And it was just the whole pump was clogged full of hair and everything from, I guess, I have two daughters and a wife.
Oh, I think
people showering in the gym.
People's hairy poos.
Well, no, people's hair from the shower.
You have a shower at your gym?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So I just turned the pump off, pulled the hair up, dropped, boom, it was all good. So yeah, I went there Monday.
Foul.
Yeah.
Training ground.
So I owe whoever apologies I was yelling at in the gym. I was just like randomly yelling.
Probably Brian or somebody.
Guaranteed, yeah. Because it was long ass pubes, so it's probably Brian. No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
exactly. Yeah, you can't grow them on his head, so you got to grow them somewhere.
Yeah, so I golfed there. We started at 8:10. I started golfing, and we finished at just after 7 at night.
That's too long of a day.
50. My wrist hurt so bad
Yeah.
because while you start duffing some shots, and I mean I'm not a great golfer to begin with.
Right.
Took lessons and got clubs, but I still suck.
Right.
Yeah, I was a long day golf, but even that, like my back is just sore from golfing. I'm like, this is so the grip stuff. There's an avenue like I don't know if I'll ever get back to. I said maybe when I hit 40, I might run a Strowman again, maybe, but life circumstances, business right now, kids.
I don't see you being less busy.
Yeah, no, and I'm struggling right now for time to begin. Like more than anybody. Like it's even for us to make this work is hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not slowing down in business. I just bought another company either in September. I plan on times my real estate by 10 in the next 5 years. So there's gonna come a point in time where I'm gonna have to step away probably from everything with the gym. I think is where I'm gonna end up heading.
That's reasonable. To
like
expect,
with promoting and just whatever. It's just gonna be that way if I want to pursue the stuff in life I want to pursue, right? But that'll come later on.
That's a future thing. That's a future Devin problem.
Yeah.
Right now we got plenty of now Devin
We got
problems.
plenty of now Devin. But the grip thing will be cool. It gives me something to train for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's I like the idea of having something that we can go past the season a little bit because it's actually a pretty condensed season that we have here, all things considered.
Because of our winter.
Right. And without our usual August, like late August show. Normally we have Grunthal, not this year, right? So it'll feel like a very condensed season, I think. So it'll be nice to have one little extra thing at the end there. And and as a little teaser too is that speaking of our dear friends over at Iron Image, they're interested in doing something there in the off season, in the typical off season too.
Oh, like for a Strongman?
Yeah, so we have lots of opportunities for some cool stuff coming up here for Manitoba Strongman stuff.
Man, that's wild.
So it never ends. It'll never ever end.
Never. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Devin, it'll never end.
I think it's just gonna come. Like, yeah, there's certain shows. Like I said last, I just won't be a part. I just won't be able to be a part of because I got to get shit. Yeah.
You got STD. You got shit to do.
Yeah, I got shit. Yeah. Whew.
You got plenty of STDs.
STDs.
Yeah.
Did I tell you the one time I got tested for STDs?
No, he didn't.
Here's a funny story. So, I'm not a whore.
I was gonna say, why would you ever even need
exactly,
that?
Right. So, like, yeah, I've had one girlfriend and my wife in my life, so it's not like I ever I haven't slept around in my life, and I'm the only guy Danielle's ever dated. So
I think I'd say you're the only guy you've ever fucked.
Yeah. So I go to the doctor. I'm like, I got a bladder infection. I used to struggle with bladder infections, maybe just dehydration. I go in there.
In the dirt too often.
Yeah, maybe it's what it is. Keep rubbing it on porta potties. Trying to draw my name in urinals. And I go to the doctor. I'm like, I got a bladder infection. And they cut a little Asian doctor. I'm like, oh, good. At least they'll look average for this. Is kind of cool.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I got a bladder infection. I just need the regular, the bladder infection. She's like, well, we're gonna test you for STDs. I'm like, I don't have STDs. And she's like, we're gonna test you. I'm like, I don't have STDs. I've got a wife. We're married. I haven't cheated. She sure as hope. I'm like, if she better not. I literally told the doctor, like, this comes back positive, I'll kill my wife. And she's like, I'm like,
you're putting her in serious danger.
Yeah,
here, doctor.
yeah, you don't understand. And she's like, I'm like, so what? Do I just pinch the cup? She's like, no, pull your pants on. I'm like, what do you pull my pants down? She's like, yeah, I got it. So I pull my pants on, and she just shoves a Q-tip up my dick.
Oh no! Really?
I literally I don't puke, so I just dry heaved on her head.
Oh god!
And I'm like, anybody back in war days where you ever heard those war tactics they used to torture you and to stick the glass shards up their dick and shatter them. Yeah. I couldn't imagine. 'Cause anyways, came back negative 5 minutes later, and I want to punch her in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a bladder infection, she says.
At least you got a
You
little
don't
show.
say.
Yeah, at least you got a little show out of it.
Yeah,
though.
it was a little show. And it was cold. Dude. Duck sauce are cold.
No, it was probably really warm.
Just tired of pissing on my own nuts. No, so yeah, that was my STD story.
But I felt like we had somewhere to explore.
My bad. Rabbit trail?
Conversation a little bit. Because we were talking about how you have shit to do because you have STDs.
Yeah.
And
Grip strength.
I'm sure
Iron Image hosted the show.
whatever it was. Hey.
Speaking of hosting, seminar. I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say, speaking of STDs, Jeremy Wiens. No, yes.
Just joking, though.
I'm just kidding, Jeremy.
We have one sponsor, and I figure, hey,
we do have a second one, but I just haven't done the bid up yet for it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be hopefully next week.
But we have an amazing sponsor right now in Jeremy Wiens, completely STD free as far as I know. I have to believe.
Oh, he'll love this promo.
A good clean living man like him is not going to be.
Holy crap!
With that. Jeremy Wiens Realty is the only place for you to go if you need your house sold, your house purchased, your house valued.
Just opinion of values.
Yeah, whatever you need, man. There's nobody who's better at it right now. That's for sure.
He's on his game right now.
He seems to be. Yeah. He's crushing it left, right, and center from what it sounds like. So if you need help, if you need just like someone to talk to, and like just somebody who you can trust and who's friendly in the business, which I think goes a long way. I think that in an industry like that where it probably feels like there's a lot of like shark type people.
There is a lot of pressure.
Right? Because it's high pressure business and people want to make their money, right? So it'd be nice to have somebody that you can feel very confident and
how many realtors have you heard just get you to sign a contract and then you're stuck in it for 3 months or 6 months?
Sure.
Just to get the commission. They don't give a shit about you. Oh, you dropped the price. And you dropped the price. And they just push you to sell so they can get their 5% of whatever they can get as quick as possible.
Not Jeremy Wiens, ladies and gentlemen. No. He's not going to be doing that kind of shit to you. I'll tell you that
right
now.
Works with you. Works for you.
Works for you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for you, with you, under you, over you.
There was inside you.
Inside of you, he needs to.
There was a property list about he sold it, but he lists this thing and he sends it a listing. They've been in the market for 2 years privately. No one looked at it. And I'm like, he's like, I got this listing. I'm like, you're not going to sell it. Like, and
was it the shop house?
Yeah, and I'm really close to you. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm like, no, you're not.
He's a
magician. He sells it, and I'm like, I hate losing.
Yeah, he's a real estate wizard. He does things that normal men shouldn't be able to do when it comes to real estate, and that's why he's involved with us, and we're involved with him because only the best of the best are on the Strong and Petty podcast, and also we have Devin Penner too over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Wiens Realty.
Anyways, speaking of seminars, Nathan Payton seminar we announced last week. I just put the graphic out 2 days ago. I had 10 people sign up.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, everybody who's jumped on board from it sounds like the strongman scene and also outside of the strongman scene.
Yeah, I even
too.
had someone from the swimming scene who coaches like 75 kids in swimming.
Which is insane to
Yeah,
imagine.
it's a lot.
Can
He's a head
that?
coach.
Like,
yeah. And he was interested in nutrition. Like, well, I need to get better at nutrition. This isn't just for strongman athletes; it's for athletes across the board.
I think it's really important that people recognize that too. Is that he happens to excel. Like us in this bubble hear about all the strongman stuff.
Yeah.
But what he knows and what he teaches can be applied to, I'm sure, any.
When I had guys
sport.
messaging me like, "Hey, we know the value of this." The one guy, a couple guys, well, actually 2 guys. One guy said, "I know the value of this, and I need to be there." He's like, "But I don't have the money this week. Like, is this gonna fill up by Friday?" I'm like,
right.
"No. We gotta have 40-some people for Devin to break even. We gotta fill the sucker up,
We're
guys.
gonna fill this bitch till
Devin doesn't understand U.S. to Canadian dollar fund switches sometimes when he makes deals.
Hanging off the goddamn rafters for this one. I'll tell you that right now.
But they're like, no, like we need to be here, which is great. I've already had one person from MPA sign up, which is nice. The pilot community, they're realizing the value in it, which is nice because we always bring guys in for strawman. You had Terry Rady, you Lucas Hatton, Brickles had Dan Green. So it's always been very sport focused, right? Either a powerlifting guy comes in or a strongman guy comes in. No one's ever brought a nutrition guy that I know of.
No statement on Brickhouse whatsoever because they did an awesome thing by bringing in Dan Green, but that was the worst seminar I've ever been to.
Oh yeah,
it was horrible.
I enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
His wife, partner, whatever, was like constantly rushing him, reminding him that they had to fly out the same day that they flew in.
That is one thing. Yes.
He himself was great.
Yeah.
And he was nice, and he was friendly, and he was helpful. But there was this other...
If I'm correct, there was something... They were supposed to be there longer.
Well, they flew in and flew out the same day. It was something crazy like that.
Something went wrong with their flights. Yeah. Somehow it was their problem that got also became everyone's problem who paid for the seminar.
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
But so Paul did a good job bringing him in.
Yes, and that's what I want to reiterate. That is no disrespect to Paul or Brickhouse because they've brought in a few seminars.
I just remember her combing his hair all the time.
I don't remember that, but that's funny though. I actually maybe I do remember that.
Yeah, she just kept going and putting.
It was just weird because you have such a legend there, and you want to be like, hey, like asking questions and stuff, and you feel like you're just like, well, I know I paid for this, but you're in a really big rush, so I guess we'll just like let this question slide or whatever. But whatever. That's no indictment on Dan Green. He's amazing.
No, he's a frick.
It was just a bad setup, I guess, for or whatever happened there.
He was a nice guy.
But every other seminar that I've been to, and I really mean that across the board. Like I saw Dave Osland in at Metal in Regina.
Yep.
Which I think before Terry Rady was like, damn, that was the most informative seminar I've ever been to. I think Terry might have taken the cake on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because his was just awesome.
Yeah.
But Allison, Terry, like the ones that we've had here, and this is your first one that you're hosted.
I've never hosted one.
Yeah, which is really exciting.
I've always wanted to. I just never.
Because Training Grounds is a great space for it too. It's big.
Yeah.
It's a big space. You have like I believe you have chairs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like you kind of have like the whole infrastructure.
I took them actually, but I'll just rent some.
You'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a really good facility for just like taking him what he has to say, and I'm really really excited for it. I hope it goes all fucking day. I know you said about 3 hours, which I'm thinking that will fly by.
Yeah, he said 2 to 3 hours plus. I think it'll go later because I think once the questions start rolling, and because of his vast knowledge, like it's the questions could go anywhere,
right?
Because nutrition's such a wide thing between
absolutely
different performance nutrition, just general day nutrition, and he deals a lot with diabetics.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
he deals a lot with diabetics with getting their insulin level and their insulin sensitivity back, so they can get their sugar levels back.
Right. Well, I think about the Terry Rady seminar, and I think it went like 6 hours.
It was a long. I was here the whole time
because it just kept rolling. He kept asking questions, and people kept, or like anything else, and somebody would ask a question, and we're doing circus dumbbell, we're doing log, we're talking programming, we're talking all this shit, and all it was just like, and don't for 1 second think that it felt like 6 hours. Yeah, because it didn't. It was like all of a sudden I looked at my clock and I was like, Jesus Christ, we gotta wrap this up. Like
he had to get back to his nice hotel.
He had to get back to the Dirty Curdy. That's right. The Curtis Gordon Inn in the. What area is that? Like on Henderson there.
It's in a good area.
It's a great area, and he loved it. He was really happy to be there. I don't know if I've ever told that on here, but I should. So
you should, because that was
So when I drive from my place to here, I drive right past the Assiniboine Gordon, which is like a nice little hotel. It's right in the river there. It's like a nice little, or not in the river, but it's like a nice little spot there.
The 23-year-old Lewinsky.
Oh. So I booked what I thought was a room in that hotel. Little did I know there's actually 2 Curtis Gordon hotels or whatever the fuck they're called. And one is not as nice as the one that I drive by every day.
No.
What I didn't know is that it's nicknamed the Dirty Curdy, which I would never have put somebody
the Dirty Curdy
if I had known that their nickname was the Dirty whatever. So when I dropped him off there, neither of us could really believe what we saw when I walked in. I was like, oh shit! Like I just didn't realize it was such a shitty hotel. And he's like, no, it's all good. Like don't sweat it. I'm like, I really don't care. And I was like, are you sure? And when we walked in, the guy asked if you wanted a smoking or non-smoking room. Now I don't know if anybody is aware of that. You're not allowed to have smoking rooms.
No,
like that's gone.
That's gone.
That's a way gone thing. And I don't mean to snitch on anybody, but we looked into the VLT room, and people are just ripping darts in the VLT room. Like it's just like it's a total like time machine there.
Yeah.
Like it's stuck in the past very much, whatever. So we went there, or I dropped him off, and I was like, "Are you sure that this is okay?"
So about Lee looks at you. Don't you play hockey with my son?
Yeah. So I dropped him off there, and he's like, "No, really, it's okay." And he's just like too nice of a guy, where he was just like, "It's okay." Like I'm used to it. It's not a big deal. Like I think he said it's like his mom smoked growing up or something. So he was just like, it's all good. Don't sweat it. And then the next morning I picked him up and he's like, we're gonna need a different hotel for tonight.
Oh,
I was like, hey man, no problem at all. Because he said he woke up and went to the VLTs and like tried to hang out there for a little bit, and it was just like he said it was just insane there. So the Dirty Curdy, Lucas Hatton and Nathan Payton will not be staying. At the Dirty Curdy.
Do you book Lucas a hotel when he comes in?
Yep.
Okay. See, like with Nathan, he's like, I pay a fee, and he's like, I take care of logistics, hotels, I worry about all that. I'm like, well, how are you going to get from Winnipeg to my place? So I'm going to chat with him more. Like, I'm hoping I can take him out for supper Friday.
To be honest, like booking Lucas was interesting on this one because I asked him if he does. Like I was chatting with him on Instagram or whatever, and I asked if he does seminars, And he's like, well, I never have, but I would.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is sort of uncharted territory for him. Well, I was like, well, I'll get you a hotel and a flight, and then we'll figure out what's fair payment between whatever and said stuff. So it was all kind of like uncharted territory just in terms of even getting him to come here and do the seminar, which makes it all the better. It's like he's never traveled outside of his gym to do a seminar. So
maybe he'll be nervous, but it'll be.
Yeah, maybe I'll boo him from the crowd and make it challenging for him. Shoot spitballs at him and stuff from the crowd.
I should pull out the old pen.
but it's exciting because it'll be he's like, this is a guy where in a few years like he's going to be in high demand for things like this. He just put up a new log video on his YouTube that's great too. So great content from him all around. I wanted to do real quick here too our Deadlift for Dreams update.
Deadlift for Dreams update. Yep.
So we're currently sitting at 17% of the total goal. $10,000. No, I always say this wrong. $10,255.21. Awesome.
Yep.
So we're getting it. We're at 93 days left, so we're getting to about
3 months out.
3 months, yeah.
Yep.
So still tons of time, still plenty of opportunity for people to raise money and stuff. For instance, I don't believe I've raised $1 so far yet. So
lots of people only
besides my registration fee. So I'm gonna have to get on that.
Yeah. Lots of people only bring in money in the last month.
Sure, and that makes perfect sense, right? Like it's like anything else, right? You procrastinate a little bit to the very end, but so we got we're gonna keep it a little bit shorter today because we're on a bit of a time crunch, but maybe it's not shorter. I don't even know what time it is. But
yeah, we're only 40 minutes. I think 45 minutes.
Okay,
might be a little shorter one today, but
yeah, we have to keep it a little tight. Besides, you guys can't spend.
Devin getting an STD test.
Yeah, exactly. You guys can't spend all day watching this episode because you guys got to get out to fucking Morris and watch Manitoba's Strongest Man and Woman being held with Rumble in the Valley. We're crowning a new Manitoba Strongest Woman. Our champion last year is not competing this year, so that's going to be really huge. I think we have a few women who would consider themselves to be the strongest woman in the province.
Yep.
I'll be defending my title of Manitoba Strongest Man against, fingers crossed, against a bunch of guys who are very ready, willing, and eager to take that title from me.
Yep.
Following that, we have June 22nd already. It's already coming up so fast.
It's 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, the
2 weeks.
Yeah, not even. Yeah,
2 weeks to Saturday. That's crazy.
Yeah. Lucas Hatton will be coming in to drop some knowledge on all of us, the little peasants here, and make us all better strong women. The 23rd, it's not really part of our scene, but if you guys are available and in town, go to the WRPF meet at Cornerstone.
You have anybody competing there?
I have 2 people competing there, actually. Yeah, we had Big Scotty just hit a 450 bench here.
Yeah.
It looked like I got to call that like an RPE 8.5. Like he could for sure hit 1, maybe 2 more with it.
Nice.
Like it's just he's. I think that we're pretty close to opening with the record that we're trying to beat with him. So
nice.
That's exciting. And then we have Ladanian who's going to compete at it too. Who's going to look for a big deadlift number. He's just every time he competes, it's fun to watch. So
yeah, I got both Gordon and Jocelyn both competing.
Nice, awesome. Okay, so then in that case, we do have a pretty strong Manitoba Strongman contingent there. So go check it out if you're available. On August 10th, July. July, we got nope, that's August 10th.
Yeah, August 3rd is Magnus.
July, we have
July 20th is my seminar.
Vita.
July 1st, holy cock.
We got there.
Yeah.
July 1st,
backwards.
We have Vita, Canada Day, Vita Strongest. The 3rd time that we're out there doing that. Registration is closed, and man, did we ever see an awesome last-minute spring of people to get. I think we got like 20 people in the last day. So, hey, we kind of knew that would happen. We know that people, they don't think about one competition until the next one's done. So once Tolstoy wrapped up, people started signing up for it and everything.
Yeah.
So thanks to everybody who signed up for that one. We're looking forward to a really great competition there. Very different events. A lot of stuff that people, I know for a fact that nobody who's competing has done the steeplechase sandbag throw thing. So that'll be exciting.
Yep.
And it's gonna be it's just awesome. It's just an awesome day out there in Vita. Like they love having us out there, and we love to be there. There's nothing that beats that small town strongman competition.
No,
you know what I mean. There's just nothing better.
That's where we started.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in small towns. Yeah.
So if you're free on Canada Day, I urge you guys to get out there for that one. It's kind of it's interesting.
They got a big Amish population over there.
I'm aware. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we on Canada Day is a Monday this year.
Yeah.
So you're not doing your drinking on Canada Day. You're doing your drinking on Sunday when you're whatever. So come out on Monday, have a nice, relaxing day with the family, with the friends and stuff, and have a couple of beers, and then leave it there because you got to work the next day.
Yeah.
So take it easy on yourself. July is
20th.
20th is the Nathan Payton seminar.
12 o'clock. Training
12
grounds.
o'clock, Training Grounds Gym, man. We're super excited for that one. Lots of huge learning
Anybody
opportunities
listening to us from even I contacted Ben from Thunder Bay. But he's actually reffing provincials, or else he's like, I would drive out. I'm hoping some people from Regina see the Valley and they come on out, different gyms around.
Absolutely. If anybody's trying to come in from different places to see them, if you need a place to stay, like Devin will sleep on his couch, no problem. You can just crash in the bed with Danielle. It's not a big deal. Like
Yeah,
we'll go head to toe, not a big deal.
Yeah. 'Cause I love feet.
But get signed up for that one because it's really gonna be a huge seminar and it's gonna be a great opportunity for everybody who wants to get better at strongman aside from just the lifting stuff. Because there's not very many opportunities that we get to do that. On August 3rd, we have the Magnus Classic Qualifier.
Yep.
Which is going to be it's just like I really like I have such fond memories of that one because it's just like so nice there. Gimle's such a beautiful town. The people are so excited to watch strongman there.
Yep.
You know, Magnus for Magnuson is there. The competition is at a very high level. It's just really, really fun, and I really urge people to go out and check that one out. It's just like a beautiful way to take in the Icelandic Festival. And on the 10th, we have at the birthplace practically of Manitoba Strongman, Winkler, Manitoba. We have Manitoba Provincials, SCC Provincials.
Yes. Yep.
And that's going to be based on what we're seeing from these Tolstoy and what's going to be happening in Vita, I'm sure. Is going to be extremely competitive competition.
Oh, yeah,
It's going to be really, really fun to watch,
Yep.
and I'm really looking forward to seeing. We have a bunch of weight classes where there's a bunch of guys who are trying to prove that they are the next dude to come out of that class and be like the big deal around. You know what I mean? Like whether it's the men's open or the men's 105 or 120, whatever it might be, the women's open. There's a whole bunch of categories of people that are ready to prove that they are ready to fill that spot that Dan left when he went pro. Kelsey, when she's kind of taking a little bit of a step back, there's these spaces now that are open for number one people, and it's really exciting to see. So come out, check out some strongman this summer. It's if you don't normally do it, and I'll tell you right now too, I'm not seeing a lot of the strongman competitors who are like, if you're for whatever reason you're being a baby, you're being a big sissy, I get it, you're taking the season off for whatever reason you might have. Why just come to the shows?
Yeah,
come to the competitions. Especially if you're at a gym that has people competing, come cheer them on, man. Because there's nothing that helps an athlete or a competitor more, especially somebody who's relatively new to the sport, than to have familiar faces in the crowd. And I do have one more thing that I wanted to bring up. Shout out to Brickhouse who did that kidney charity.
Yeah.
Flip off
CKD.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Me and Weebles from here went and watched Martin compete in that for a little bit. Martin just kind of jumped in. He knew full well that it was like they asked him to do it, and he's like, well, it's kind of light, whatever, but he just wanted to help out and raise some money, so he did it. And he had to do like, for deadlifts, he had to do 315 pounds. I think he did like 20 reps in a minute or something like that. So
Just exhausting.
Just disgusting.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll feel nice and fresh for Manitoba's Strongest Man this weekend. But shout out to him for taking part in it. Shout out to them for raising money and for just the strength community just doing what it does and just making things better for people who could use the help. Leave us a like, comment, whatever. In the comments today or for this week, write all the ways that Devin could have gotten an STD, and I'm not talking and not but through not having sex with anybody. Just all the different ways that Devin could contract an STD. That's how I'd be interested to hear about that.
Oh, these smokes.
So on that note,
all right, boys.
from Devin Benner and myself, thanks guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.